Tonight was supposed to be a celebration, but hidden deals and whispered lies shattered everything. In a room full of family, betrayal was the loudest guest. And when the truth came out, no one was ready for the storm she unleashed. The engagement dinner was perfect, almost too perfect. Golden chandeliers bathed the long table in soft light, crystal glasses shimmered, and laughter echoed off the marble walls. Amelia sat beside Ethan, her fiancé, smiling politely at the gathered families, her fingers tight around the stem of her glass. Outwardly, she looked like the picture of happiness, the blushing bride-to-be. But inside, she was drowning. Because just a few hours ago, she had heard everything. A conversation she was never meant to overhear. Her stepfather, whispering to Ethan behind the library doors. Their voices low but clear enough. Once she signs the prenup, her inheritance is secured. You'll get what we agreed on. After that, well, love isn't necessary. The words had sliced through her like cold steel. Ethan. The man she thought loved her. And her stepfather, the man who had raised her, plotting together to use her like a pawn. Two families, united not by love, but by greed. But Amelia hadn't cried. Not yet. Instead, she had pressed record on her phone. And tonight, she would let the whole world hear the truth. The evening unfolded in slow motion. Toast after toast, speech after speech, false laughter filling the heavy air. Ethan squeezed her hand under the table, smiling for the cameras. Amelia smiled back, a smile so flawless, no one could see the hurricane brewing behind it. They thought tonight would seal their fortune, she thought bitterly, but fate had a crueler plan. Dinner was served. Wine flowed. Guests praised how perfect the couple looked, how lucky they were to find each other. If only they knew the truth. As the dessert plates were cleared, Amelia stood slowly, tapping her glass with a silver spoon. The room hushed. All eyes turned to her. She smiled, sweet, angelic. Then lifted her phone. Before we toast to forever, she said, her voice ringing clear across the hall, there's something I'd like you all to hear. She pressed play. At first, there was confusion. Murmurs. Then Ethan's voice, unmistakable, crackled through the speakers. Once she signs the prenup, her inheritance is secured. Gasps. Hands flew to mouths. Chairs scraped back. Ethan lunged across the table, trying to snatch the phone from her hands. But Amelia stepped back, her expression cold, unflinching. You weren't marrying me out of love, she said, her voice trembling with rage and heartbreak. You were buying me. The silence was deafening. Her stepfather's face turned a sickly shade of grey. Her mother looked between them in horror, realization dawning too late. Ethan stammered, his mouth opening and closing like a drowning man searching for air. It's not what it sounds like, he began. But Amelia cut him off with a single look. She slid the engagement ring off her finger, a glittering lie, and threw it at his feet. It clattered across the marble like a gunshot. Tonight was supposed to be the start of a beautiful life, Amelia said, voice steady, sharp as broken glass. Instead, it's the end of a long, cruel game. She turned without another word, the hem of her gown sweeping across the floor like a queen leaving a battlefield. Behind her, the room exploded into chaos. Families shouting. Accusations flying. Old secrets clawing their way into the open now that the first lie had been exposed. Amelia didn't look back. Not once. Outside, the night air hit her like a slap, cold, clean, freeing. She let out a breath she hadn't realized she'd been holding. Somewhere behind her, Ethan was probably trying to chase after her. Trying to spin a new lie. Trying to salvage what little dignity he had left. But it didn't matter. She wasn't his pawn. She wasn't anybody's. They tried to play me, she thought, stepping into the waiting car, but tonight, I showed them exactly who they underestimated. As the driver pulled away from the estate, Amelia watched the glittering mansion shrink in the distance. All those fake smiles, those empty promises, disappearing into the night. She was alone now. Truly alone. But for the first time in a long time, she wasn't afraid. She was free. And somewhere deep inside her chest, under all the pain and betrayal, something stirred. Not anger. Not sadness. Hope. Because endings, she realized, aren't always tragedies. Sometimes, endings are just the beginning.